Hello everyone! Today we're gonna take a look at this Xbox Series controller accessory called Superpack. It adds two remappable shoulder buttons to your controller with macro and turbo capabilities, and it even adds gyro controls too. In the box you get the Superpack, which is incredibly thin, almost as if it were only a battery cover. You'll get USB cables and a rechargeable battery. Here's a quick look at the manual. Installation is super simple. Just plug in the battery and insert the Superpack. The Superpack keeps the back of your controller clean while adding two shortcuts on the top. You're less likely to hit those buttons here by accident. And the USB port here can be used for a pass-through connection or charging. I've covered a similar product here, that is the Armor X from Big Big One, but there is a few differences between them. Since the battery on the Armor X is internal, you cannot turn the controller separately. Also, the Armor X has 4 back buttons instead of just 2. But with the Superpack, since the battery is external, you can use the controller even without the Superpack. This way, when you want the competitive edge, you can remove the lid, insert the Superpack, then turn off the controller, and turn on the Superpack. Also, the Armor X only works with a dongle. So if you're playing on your Switch and want to move on to your PC, you must unplug and replug the dongle every time you want to switch platforms. But to change platforms on the Superpack, all you have to do is flip the switch. It's much more convenient. What's even better is that the Superpack can be paired to two platforms at the same time. In the X input mode, I have it paired to my smartphone. And if I flip the switch to the S mode, it will instantly connect to my Switch without needing to repair it. With the shortcut buttons on the Superpack, you can record macros. And you can also use it as a remappable button. There's turbo functionality too. And it adds gyro controls to the Xbox controller. There is also this extra function only to smartphone and PC. If you register the capture button to the top buttons, they will work as a toggle to the simulated gyro. On PC, the Superpack will only work wirelessly. If you try to connect a cable, it will only charge the device. However, if you turn off the Superpack, the USB port will act as a pass-through, allowing direct connection to the Xbox controller. You can use the controller normally, but the Superpack functions will not be available. Here's the polling rate with a Bluetooth connection. And on both the Switch and DeX input modes, you have access to the Keylinker app. With the app, you can connect to the Superpack, and here you have a few recommendations of games, and you can come here and activate the advanced settings. Here you can change the keys, you can calibrate the dead zones of the joysticks, or the dead zones of the triggers. You can adjust the vibration of the motors, set turbo for each of the buttons, configure macros, and calibrate the sensors. And you can also update the device through here. I would do a teardown, but the Superpack doesn't have any screws and it's tightly sealed. But you can see here that the buttons have a metal pivot. And overall the buttons feels resistant. I just think that they are too easy to press. With the slightest amount of pressure, the buttons are triggered. I can activate them even with my pinky. And if you don't mind the position of your fingers, you can accidentally press them here too. And that's it for this video. On my final thoughts, the Superpack has just as much appeal as the Armor X. It has less shortcuts, but to compensate, it has better connectivity with multiple platforms. And you're not tied to the dongle like with the Armor X. Both devices have a smartphone app, but Big One's app is much better. And only with the Armor X, you can remap turbo to one of the back buttons, creating a dedicated turbo button. In the end, it's up to you to decide which one you like the most. If you're the kind of player who hates back buttons because you accidentally press them, the Superpack's the one for you. But if you don't mind the back buttons at all, the Armor X is better. All the links will be in the description of this video. If you like my content, consider subscribing to the channel, it helps a lot. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.